Welcome to our Devos. We are talking about dealing with disappointment. All of us, in some way, shape, or form, have to deal with disappointment. And this weekend, we talked about a particular story in Scripture where we found a young lady named Hannah who was disappointed because she did not yet have a child. Well, disappointment is something that's going on concurrently through most of our lives in some way, shape, or form. We're disappointed in ourselves. We're disappointed in others. We're disappointed in the way things shaped out in our lives. And so what matters most isn't that we get what we think we should have gotten, but what matters most is that our perspective remains faithful to the Lord so that when God chooses to do what He wants to do in our lives, we are more prepared to receive it. And today, I want to remind you, when it comes to disappointment, keep this in mind. Being knocked down is not the same as being knocked out. Being knocked down is not the same as being knocked out. A lot of times, what happens with our disappointments is we will take that disappointment, that area, and we will say, because of this, our whole entire life, all of it, is basically like a failure. Or our whole entire existence, like our identity, hinges upon us being able to do this thing. And that's absolutely not how we ought to view our lives. And also, a momentary setback is not necessarily going to be the way our lives end up. We have to be willing to trust that God knows better. It says in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 8 through 9, the Apostle Paul says this. Now think about what he says from a disappointment standpoint. He says, we are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. We are struck down, but we are not destroyed. He talks about the permanence of victory that they have, and no matter what is happening in this current battle, we can look beyond it by simply realizing that being knocked down is not the same as being knocked out. Now, some of you, your knocked down might have taken you years, it might have taken you decades, but God is still able. If this series teaches us anything, it's that God is still able to work through our disappointments, even when we are the reason that it happens. So, right now, whatever you're struggling with disappointment-wise, I want you to realize that things come in seasons. And this might be the end of that disappointing season, and God may very well be teeing you up for a brand new season of renewal in your faith, strength in your character, and giving you perspective that you would not have had apart from the disappointment. So keep in mind, you might be knocked down right now, but you are not knocked out.